What does being rich mean to you? That's the question that I want you to ask yourself as we dive into this week's video.
Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are going to be talking about money in today's video, but being rich is a whole vibe, it's a whole lifestyle. So we're also going to be getting into a few more categories on how to truly have a rich girl essence in more of a non-traditional sense. So we're talking all things self-care, personal growth, career development, financial management, relationships, social life, and so much more. So if you want to learn how you can truly be a rich person, well-rounded in your beautiful life, definitely stick around. All right, so first things first, we are going to cut to the general idea of what it means to be rich, which is obviously to be in a very good place financially. And one of the most important things in order for you to be able to thrive financially is to have good skills as far as financial management. You've got to do these two things. I know it's not always fun, it's not always easy, but I promise it pays off. And that is budgeting and saving. So you want to make sure that you are creating a budget that actually aligns with the financial goals that you have for yourself. So figure out some type of budgeting system that really works for you. A lot of people will try the cash system where they take out cash, put it in different envelopes for different categories of spending. I like to use the zero-based budget system. It's basically where you say this is how much I have as income and this is how much I have as output, and the goal is for the difference to equal zero, or obviously to have a surplus left over. But either way, it's really good to be able to track where your money is going and where your spending is being allocated toward. If you're not someone who has a lot of time to do like budget tracking, any of that kind of stuff, definitely rely on the resources that your bank provides. A lot of times they'll have like a little pie chart that shows the percentages of how much you're spending in different areas of your life, and that'll give you a good idea of where you can cut back at. Then this allows you to have space to prioritize for savings and for investments. You definitely don't want to be having your wants taken care of before you're taking care of your needs and before you are taking care of savings. So in my opinion, I would definitely say prioritize needs, savings, and then wants, and that's going to help you get into very healthy spending habits so that you're not constantly just buying things that you don't need. Like, of course, it's great to have rewards, buy things that you want, pour back into yourself, but at the same time, you don't want that to be like a crutch or a habit that is keeping you stuck in a bad financial place. And that is where smart spending comes in. You really want to differentiate where different spending categories fit within your life. So something that I do to help me out with this is I make a list of all of the things that I want instead of buying it right away. So for example, you'll know I love fragrances, and I saw that there's like a Byredo like fragrance sample set. I think it's $60, but I was like, do I want to spend this $60 frivolously right now, or do I really want to make sure that this is the purchase that I want to make? So what I decided to do is to actually look at all of the fragrances, look at the notes, and figure out if I'm even gonna like the majority of the things that are in the fragrance pack. And then at that point, if I decide I do want to purchase it, I can purchase from my spending budget, from my wants budget, when that rolls back around and I haven't just spent $60 and essentially potentially wasted it or used it for something that wasn't really as important in that particular moment. And lastly, with talking about financial management, we also have to cover investments. So I think I was talking about it in my last video about like entering your 30s and making sure your finances are in a really good place at that point in your life. But honestly, financial management should start as soon as you are making income, and you should have some idea of a place where you feel comfortable investing as soon as you start making that income as well. So there are a lot of good options. I personally feel very comfortable with real estate, and that is where I plan to do most of my larger investing. However, I also have some smaller things like a Roth IRA account, so like any old 401ks can just roll over into that account and continue to build interest over time. It's not a huge risk, it's not a huge investment that's going to have a big payoff, but it's somewhere to start. So I would definitely encourage you to look into a small, lower risk area to be able to start investing, and then do some more research on larger investments that you feel more comfortable with that you can grow into over time. All right, next up, we're talking self-care and personal growth. For me personally, that is where the true richness comes in life, is being able to have the freedom and flexibility with my time and with my decisions and with my lifestyle overall, and having moments to be able to practice self-care and time to be able to pour back into my personal growth that is a wealth beyond what any financial status could ever bring me in life, because that is something that's super important to me. So if you enjoyed that as well, this is definitely the category for you. One of the best things that you can do for yourself is truly prioritizing your mental and your physical well-being. And yes, that does mean that you're gonna have to spend some money on those areas. I went through this phase where I was like, if it's not wellness, I am not spending on it. So if it wasn't something that was going to help me feel better, increase my health, if it wasn't a supplement or a workout program or a gym, I wasn't spending money on it, because I was like, this is my priority. I really need to focus in on my health and wellness, and I have to invest in myself financially in that department in order to actually start feeling better. So it required some money investment, also some time investment, and a lot of dedication and focus to get my health to a really good place. And I'm really glad that I did it. Honestly, being able to feel your best is such a privilege in this world. And if you have access to things that can help you to feel better, definitely go after them. One of the things that truly changed my life completely was working with an integrative medicine doctor instead of a regular primary care physician, because they were able to blend this holistic approach, natural supplements, with also the medical scientific approach. And I was able to figure out what was actually going on and create a treatment plan that was really helpful for me to get back to performing at an optimal level. And I really just am glad that I made that sacrifice. It wasn't anything crazy. I just had to pay a copay, go see the doctor, but I wouldn't have even known about that if I wasn't having conversations with people about, hey, these are the things that I'm going through. Have you experienced something similar? Let me know what has worked for you. Please put me on. And so definitely watching videos like these or having conversations with people who are in the health and wellness space, whether that's physical or mental, can be really something important for you to invest in yourself so that you can focus on your health and your wellness. And that also includes all of the regular things like regularly exercising. Y'all know I love ClassPass so much. It's really fun to be able to pop on there, pick a different type of workout, pick a different studio to be able to go to. It gives a lot of variety in life, but it's also a great way to immerse yourself in the world of fitness and ensure that you're working out on a regular basis. Also, healthy eating looks different for everyone. So do a food sensitivity test. I think they have some on Amazon for about $99. So yes, an investment, but at the same time, when it comes to your health, there really isn't a way to shortchange yourself. I just had to pluck a piece of my hair out, send it in the mail. I got the results back, and I was able to eliminate those items from my diet, and it made a huge, huge difference. So really being conscious about what you are putting in your body, paying attention to how different foods make you feel, eliminating, putting them back in, trying different supplements. All of those things are great routines and habits for you to get into so that you can be rich in your health and your wellness overall. Now, we're staying in the category of self-care and personal development, but shifting more toward the personal development side. Again, it is truly a privilege to be able to indulge and enjoy continuous learning. Now, I'm not saying you have to continue going to school or reaching for new degrees or anything like that, but try to learn something new on a regular basis, whether that is a language or some type of professional development for the career that you're in, which we'll focus on a little bit more later, or also just being able to read a bit more, reading for fun, or reading things that are designed for self-help. Really having the focus on, okay, here's where I am in life, here's where I would like to be in life, what knowledge do I need to gain, what things do I need to be doing in order to elevate myself. That is a beautiful privilege that you should definitely take advantage of, because you are not only pouring back into yourself, but you're continuing to exercise your mind and reminding yourself that you are capable of even more than you have already achieved. And under that same kind of umbrella of personal development, there's also an important shift on the other side. So we talked about how it's important to keep learning, to keep growing, to push yourself, to get to new heights, to reach those goals. But what's equally as important is relaxation, rest, time for hobbies, and time to just be and spend time with yourself. So it doesn't have to be either or. It can be a blend of both that really showcases this balance that you have in your life. And that is how it becomes rich or wealthy, because it's not just I'm go, 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 and it's not just I'm in this place of stagnancy and not moving forward. It's a blend of listening to your body, figuring out what you need, and then finding a practical flow for yourself to be able to incorporate all of these different things balance in your life and find that true centered harmony. All right, next up, let's go ahead and talk career and continued professional development. Yes, your career can make you financially wealthy, but you also want to have a career that ties you to your purpose and your passion and really accentuates the values that you have for yourself. So something that you can do to continually increase your currency in relation to your career is to make sure that you're setting career goals. Where do you want to go next? What's the next step? What's a realistic place that you would like to be in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? Really sit down and think about those things and map out a plan for yourself. You also want to focus on relationship building and connecting with people in your network. It is so great to be able to indulge in mentorship programs for different aspects of your life, different aspects of your career, and see how much value those connections can bring to your life. And my personal favorite, if you are going to be truly rich in your career or your professional development, you have to be able to find work-life balance. And I feel like that is one of the things that has really brought me so much joy and happiness and stability in my life. Before, I was out the door early, commuting 90 minutes, working all day, commuting 90 minutes back, and it was just exhausting. I didn't have time for anything else. I didn't have time to simply be. So once I realized, like, okay, you know what, I have to make a change. Like, there's literally no other choice. I was able to just like completely push all of my focus into my job search. And because I had a job, I was also able to be picky with my job search. And I really wanted to find something that allowed me to have more flexibility. I was looking for hybrid or potentially fully remote, something that maybe I didn't have to work every single day, or something where I could set my own schedule. Having that flexibility was really, really important to me. And I was able to find it, and that's been such a rewarding blessing in my life. On days where I don't feel well, I don't have to get up and drive in the rain and push myself and overdo it. I can ease into my mornings. I can move some things around on my calendar if needed. And that is rich to me because I have the time, I have the freedom, I have the flexibility to literally live life on my own terms. And so if your career is an aspect of your life that is keeping you stuck, that is keeping you feeling like there's nothing more for you, that's giving you that lack mindset and not helping you lean into abundance, make the change. And the best time to make the change is when you're not frantic or in desperate need of a job. It allows you to really take your time to look over those job descriptions, to meet with people, do informational interviews, ask questions, and gain more insight about what truly aligns with what makes sense for the next steps in your life. And lastly, relationships and social life. You can have all the money in the world. You can have a great career. You can have a beautifully balanced life, great health, great wellness, everything in between. But if you don't have really grounding and supportive relationships, then all of that is basically for nothing, because that's not all that truly matters without having people in your life who you love and also who love you. You really want to nourish and cultivate those genuine relationships that you have with friends and family members. And those could be relationships that you already have, or relationships and friendships and connections with people who you meet and you grow that relationship and cultivate it over time. Either way, you have to really be cognizant of thinking about how you can be helpful for other people, how you can show up as someone who is very thoughtful and very caring, and then also recognize those qualities in other people as well. The friends who are checking in on you, who are making sure that you're okay and care about your mental, your physical, your well-being in general, and your happiness overall. Also in relationships, what are some things that you can do to be a better partner to the person that you're in a relationship with? Or if you're wanting to get into a relationship, what are some areas that you can enhance in yourself personally in order to be prepared to be that supportive and loving person in a relationship with someone else? No matter what stage you're at in your life, you can always work on relationships. You can always work on the different relationships that you have and really spend some extra time devoting care to those connections that you already have or the connections that you're hoping to gain in the future. And yes, that does involve having a social life. One of the things that I have made like a huge goal for myself is to really be able to explore my own city and enjoy everything that it has to offer. So like this month, I don't know why they call it Restaurant Week when it's like literally a month, but whatever. So we have Houston Restaurant Week, where we get to go to these restaurants, try new menu items, but also donate to the local Houston Food Bank at the same time. So I've got a couple of those events lined up for this week. Getting out, exploring my city, being able to give back is very, very exciting. And so look for opportunities and things that you can engage in. Also research things that you didn't even know were going on. If your city has a really great art scene, a lot of times there's like really great wine tastings, like a sip and stroll or music music events that are happening in your area. Definitely just see what's out there, immerse yourself in the culture, be a social person safely, get out there, meet new people, have new experiences with your friends and your family members that you already know, and just really lean into everything that life has to offer. That is what true richness is. That is what true wealth is taking advantage of all of the wonderful possibilities and opportunities that you have in your life and designing this lifestyle that actually is something that you absolutely love and that truly aligns with who you are and where you would like to be headed in your life. So I hope you enjoyed this Rich Girl Guide and the different areas that we covered in the video today. Definitely let me know in the comments below which area you would like to become more rich or more wealthy in and what you are doing to make that reality for yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.